Rain or not, your dog doesn't care if it's raining or not. He needs to pee and poo, so you gotta take him.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mows and Blowers. Welcome to another weekend product review. Today I got a package from my friends over at VEVOR. As you guys know from my channel, I've done a lot of products from VEVOR. You buy tens of thousands of things from their website. They also have an Amazon store. It's kind of like the Amazon of China. They literally have everything. Today is no exception. I've never had this before. This is a 5 horsepower gas engine powered water pump. Why do you need a water pump? Well, you never know when you're going to need a water pump. I mean, I've never needed a water pump. Well, not really. If you've ever had a flooded basement from a bad storm, or if you have to drain your pool fast, or you want to transfer liquids from one area to another, that's why you'd need a water pump. Let's unbox it, open up the box, and see what's inside, and put some oil in it, and check it out. So as you guys saw from time lapse, just took it out of the box, put these rubber stoppers on the bottom, you know, so it doesn't scratch the frame on the concrete. And there you go. This is a 200cc horizontal shaft Honda clone engine. Why I say Honda clone? Because it looks exactly like a Honda engine, but it's made in China. It says VEVOR on it, 209 cc's, which you can compare it to the usual Harbor Freight Tools Predator 210cc. They go for about $100, something like that. Anyway, looks really nice. It has the low oil on and off switch with the low oil sensor, meaning that if you don't have enough oil in here, it senses that and it'll shut the engine off and not allow you to start it. So always watch that in case you don't start it. It has the on and off fuel shut-off switch here and your normal choke and run levers, just like a Honda. Got a throttle cure, rabbit, and turtle, slow or fast. And let me show you the valves. So I'll tell you how this works, okay? This part here is an input, meaning that if you have a flooded basement, you're gonna have a rubber hose that's attached to this coupler, if you will. I actually put this coupler on. There's a rubber O-ring that goes in here and you thread it on with this apparatus. Then you slip your rubber hose over here and you'll tighten it with these hose clamps that they provide, 3 of them. And this hose will go to the flooded area. Let's say you have a flooded basement. You'll just let that hose dangle there to prevent debris, grass, paper, any debris from going into this pump. You don't want any debris going into the pump. You only want water in there, right? You would attach this mesh plastic filter to the end of the hose, so that whatever this pump is picking up, the debris doesn't end up inside the pump, okay? So inside this pump is a turbine powered by this 5 horsepower 209cc horizontal shaft Honda clone engine, right? So it's powered by that, and it'll shoot the water into this output here. You would have another hose, however long it would take to be able to shove outside your window to ground level. It would suck all the water from your basement through here, through the filter, go through the turbine, and exit out the output and outside onto the main street. That's how you would quickly alleviate all of the water in your basement, or a swimming pool, or whatever reason you would need to transfer fluid from one area to another. And that's what this is. Unfortunately, I can't show you because I don't have any type of long hoses with this diameter to show you, right? Also, you're not supposed to run this engine without priming it first and having water go through it. Kind of like a pressure washer. You're not supposed to run the pressure washer without water attached to it. Also, if you have a boat with a boat engine, you're not supposed to run it without water. Otherwise, it'll burn out bearings and gaskets and all that stuff. So I was gonna put oil in here and fire up the engine to show you it worked, but we'll just assume that the brand new engine works. There's no point on firing this up because I'll burn out the pump and I don't have the hoses to show you. So I'm gonna insert a clip right now. That's how it worked. It's a water pump. It's very useful for people that live in an area where you get frequent flooding. It's unfortunate, but it happens to a lot of people. People get floods in their basements all the time. See what's going on around the world with climate change and stuff like that. There's floods all over the world. And this is what you need to clean up. A water pump. Looks like it's very good quality, encased in this, frame where it's easy to pick up and load and all that. It's an overhead valve engine, allows you to adjust the clearances. It's a very versatile engine, can be used for lots of different applications. Here's the oil input over here. Here's the carburetor, it's a spark plug, it's the exhaust, the muffler, air filter, your recoil starter, your throttle, your choke and run levers, and we talked about the fuel shutoff. Here's the gas tank. It also has a mesh filter over here so you don't put crap in your gas tank. It's a very good high quality item. I mean, it looks great, feels great, good weight. This is the SCW P50. Now, if you had hoses and you were going to use this, you would attach the hoses on here, including the debris filter, right? You would put oil in it, whether you live in a cold or warm environment. Usually if it's a hot environment, SAE 30 weight or 10W30. If you're in an average, you get both seasons. And if you're in a cold area, you want to use 5W30 for the motor oil. You have to prime this first. Now, priming, you would open up this little screw-in cap, and the body of the pump is underneath it. You would fill this completely with water first. That's priming it. So basically the water is in a way lubricating the components inside, like motor oil would do an engine. So that's how you would prime it. Then you would attach your hoses to it with this filled with water, start up your engine, and it would help out the water getting sucked through. You have another cap here. When you're finished with it, you would open up this cap and drain the water from the pump so that you don't have water sitting in the pump for a long duration for your storage time, because it'll rust and it won't work right. So there's a lot of things you got to do to this thing before you can get it running. And you have to have the right hoses for this diameter coupler. This is something that a lot of people need, and it's a very useful machine. I personally am lucky enough that I don't need this. But if you guys do, I'll leave a link in the description. Go and check it out. There's a lot of stuff that VEVOR sells. This is just one of tens of thousands of things that they have available. It'll take you hours just looking through it. Thanks for joining me on this weekend's product review. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
You're subscribed.
Subscribe.
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 Subscribe to it.
It's me. Hi. We need you to donate $1 or $2.
Hit the subscribe button. It's free.
We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.